Money, 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 money. Okay, let me stop playing. But yeah, this society definitely has a really big thing about money. Really big thing. I think, as you can see, a millionaire is worth more. Well, somebody who makes seven figures worth more than somebody who makes six. Somebody who makes six is worth more than somebody who makes five. Somebody who makes five is worth more than somebody who doesn't have a job. You know what I mean? So this society, the way that we look at money, even on media, somebody flashing their racks, big bands, big bands, and like honestly, kudos to them because what's wrong with having money? There's nothing wrong, but what's wrong with money is the fact that we think money makes us valuable as a person, as a person, as a human being. That's the problem with money. Money itself, same way how like having a car isn't inherently a problem. Same way having a house isn't a problem. Same way having swag, some cool drip, good clothes, whatever. That's not a problem. The problem is when you start thinking that makes you better than the next person, or that even makes you considered as good or valuable. You're worth something because you have this. No, you're valuable because of who you are already. And the super fat racks, it's a statement for this video, but I'm gonna definitely focus on money. But bottom line is like something external should not be giving you value. Should not determine what your value level is at all. At all. But like I said, today's culture, it influences that. And it becomes a bit toxic as well, this stuff that we see. Because the whole comparison thing. Oh, he's making seven figures. I'm only making five. He must be better than me. Why? Why? That's not true. And just even how we treat people. What society normalizes how we should treat people. Oh, if you're not paying my bills, if we're not talking about money, what is we talking about? And like, honestly, it's harmless if you don't really mean it like that. Like, I get it. Like, let's say somebody's coming at you with some bogusness. It's just like, man, we not even talking about cash. Like, what the fuck are you talking about this for? I can understand that because obviously if I had to pick talking about money or talking about some bullshit, I'm going to pick money. You know what I mean? So saying that statement, it's not crazy. What's crazy is that's really how you're moving through life, though. You don't feel like you need to engage in human interactions or deal with people unless they have money. And what does that even say about you? You're going to tolerate certain things. You're going to deal with certain behaviors because of money. No, not at all. But that's the problem when we put money on this pedestal. We put it on this. No, it's number one in the hierarchy. Absolutely not. Nothing material should be number one in the hierarchy. But like I said, what we see, what's normalized, what we talk about. And I understand why it gets like that. Because look at our society. We literally need money to live. If we didn't have money, we'd be homeless. Or super dependent on somebody else, like we're children. So yes, I understand where you may feel like you need to have money to feel valuable to get through life. And yes, at this point, the world that we live in, we do need money to survive. But just because we need money to survive, that doesn't mean money gives us value. It doesn't. And that's where like the correlation, like it's kind of getting mixed up. It's getting what I like to call lost in translation. It's getting kind of lost in translation, like, because yes, we do need money, same way how you do like need transportation to get to point A to point B. That doesn't make me valuable though. It doesn't. The amount don't make you more valuable. Like, I'd be damned if somebody thinks they're better than me because they make like maybe $100,000 more than me. For real. And honestly, to be really blunt, that really denies our design. Thinking that super fat racks gives you value, anything external gives you value, is going against what we were designed for. Yes, we were designed to create But what we create does not give us value. An artist, they make music, but the music doesn't give them value. They were already valuable as a person. The cook, the chef, the food doesn't make them valuable. They're already valuable as a person. And yes, I get it, like within that field, now obviously you need to make music to be considered as an artist. You can't make no music and not be considered as an artist. But what I'm trying to say, as a person, as a human, standing alone, we're valuable. But how much we produce, how much we work is what's seen as, oh, that person is valuable. That person, they got something going on for themselves. Oh, that person has status. They're doing this, they're doing that, they're doing the third. Oh, she's in the gym and she works a 9 to 5. Oh, she has a business on the side. Oh yeah, we see a person like that, like, oh yeah. And I get it, even myself. Like if I hear like somebody got things going on for themselves, like I'm impressed. Nice. Good for you. Like, you know what I mean? However, the person who don't got nothing going on for themselves, that don't make them useless. Believe it or not. Okay, I'm so human as well, because I'm even surprised I'm saying that. I'm not even gonna lie, but it's true though. It's true. That doesn't make them useless. That doesn't make them less valuable because they're doing less things. We have to talk about as a person, human perspective, not on a productive perspective. You see, I think that's how we're looking at everybody. How much are they doing? How much they got going on? What are they producing? Instead of looking at me for me. Because what I do is not who I am. Yes, it's like an extension. I can see that. It's an extension of who I am, but it's not who I am. It doesn't define me, what I'm trying to say. So I feel like we just gotta be pretty careful with that, because that's gonna reflect how we view others and how we even view ourselves. Like I said, an external thing does not give internal value. It's the other way around. Our internal state of being is what's valuable. How we are on the inside, who we are as a person, our mind, our soul, it what gives me value. Think about babies even. They don't work. What? Like, they don't work. They don't do anything. Is a baby not valuable? No, their simple being is valuable. Babies are a blessing. We say that, right? But babies don't do anything. Like, think about it. I mean, they do simple functions like cry and poo and eat. Yeah, they do that. But they're just being human. That's all a baby can do. That's all like a toddler can do. They're just like, we're not going to put a 2-month-old to work to prove their worth. No, they're already worth something as is. As is. Even for me, I'm worth something as is. Like, I remember one of my grandmas, you know, my family likes to follow me in my on my pages and stuff. Or like, I have my IG connected to my Facebook. And she noticed I was having a following. And she's like, wow, like, you're becoming something or something like that. Like, you're becoming something. Or you're something now. Or whatever a statement along the line. And I had to like teach her, like, no, I'm already something. With over 20K followers, I'm something, and with 0 followers, I'm something. I'm a big pusher on. I can have 5 likes on a post. I'm still the ish. But you see that mentality, thinking we have to have something, obtain something, do something to be worth something. I'm already something. The homeless man on the street is something. Even though they don't have bread or whatever the case may be, somebody don't have a car, whatever the case may be, there's still something because of my simple being. My simple being is something. We're human beings. We're human beings. We're not human doings. I don't know if y'all even heard that. I didn't come up with that. I heard that from somewhere. Forgot his name. He's a pastor though. Black pastor. He talks about money and stuff too. But we're human beings. That's what God, how God created us. He didn't create us as human doings. No. Just like Adam and Eve, just them being Adam and Eve, that was value. Just that alone. It's a mindset thing too. That's another thing I want to talk about. It's a mindset because you genuinely have to believe in that. You do. If you still in your mind believe like, oh, you need to be doing this, you need to be, you have to attain this, you have to achieve this to be worth something, then that's how you're going to function in life. But you do have to believe in the concept that me just being me is worth something. And that is so powerful. Wow. I don't have to achieve all this stuff, have all these goals, you know what I mean? Have all this money to be considered valuable, you know, have designer brands, have the hottest car, have the finest partner, or whatever the case may be. No, like me just being me. You hear how powerful that is? We have to believe that though. Like I said, if you don't believe that, you're not going to live in that way. You're always going to live in a way where like you need to do something to be proven valuable. And why live like that? It's one thing if you're unaware that you're living in that way. I feel like I was pretty much unaware of it. And you know, if people swear social media is so bad, like I learned these concepts through social media and like YouTube, you know, what shows up on my page, you know, FYP or whatever. You know, I learned from other people as well. But yeah, like me just being me is a lot. Me just being me holds weight. Not the super fat racks. Not what I got going on. Not the following. What I am is not what I do that's worthy. What I am is worthy. I had a quote. Oh yeah, we don't have to do great things to be great. I'm already great. Do you have to do great things to be considered as great? Why can't you already be great right now? Like, tell me, why not? What came to mind when I just said that? Like, what reasonings are you giving yourself? Like, why can't you just be great right now? You don't have to do great to be great. You can already be great. Human beings, you have to embody it. I am great. But like I said, it's okay if you've been living in a human doing type of way. Because I know I have, for sure. For sure. I probably still do. Like, I'm trying to break out of it. I'm trying to break out of it. But like I said, if you're not aware of it, you don't know. You don't even realize you're living in that way. You're living against your design to just be. And that doesn't mean if you take that route, oh, I'm great as is, you're not ever going to like do anything again. Like, you still have passions. You still have purpose. You have to trust that. You'll still follow through on them. And you can still have goals and still want, I still have goals. I still want to achieve things. But I don't think, oh, once I achieve them, I'm going to be worth something. I'm worth something as is. Like I said, with 0 followers, I am worth something. And with 100K, like, I'm worth something. I was worth before, I'd be worth later. Simple. Don't go against your design. We're here to be. I want you to ask yourself, if you're already living in that way, perfect. This is confirmation to continue that, honestly. Continue that, reinforce it, and show it in your actions. Your actions is going to say a lot about you, too. Feel like you have to do this, do that. And there's nothing wrong with being productive at all. There's nothing wrong with working. There's nothing wrong with getting super fat racks. There's nothing wrong with that. I don't want anybody to think that by watching this. Like, oh, maybe I shouldn't be doing this. There's nothing wrong with you doing that. I just don't want you to be doing that and thinking that's giving you value. And that's making you worth something in this world. You already are. You are a worthy person doing things. You're not an unworthy person. You're not an invaluable person doing things. You are worthy and you're doing. You see, there's a difference. You already feel like you're being into that. You already feel like you're great and you do great things. You know what I mean? Not, oh, I'm insecure about myself. I don't feel good about myself. I'm not really worth much. But if I do this, if I obtain this, that, and the third, that mindset, like, oh my goodness, that's horrible. And we're never truly going to be happy if we think that way. Because once you get that, if that's your mind, once you get whatever you obtain, if that's your mindset, you're going to be on to the next thing. I know y'all heard that before. Yeah, if you think that car is going to make you more valuable, once you get the car, then it's going to be like, okay, boom, now I need to get the house and then I'll feel valuable. Okay, you get the house. Okay, I got the house, then let me change up my wardrobe, or let me start traveling more. Like, let me start doing this, that, and third. Like, let me do, so I can be and feel a certain type of way about myself. You can already do that. Like I said, I understand society normalizes that you have to do stuff, you have to do stuff to be worth a status, and it's just like, no, I'm trying to tell you, like, you can be that already. It's even like I said, it's still taking me a minute to live in that way, to step into that. I've been hearing this for a long time, and I wanna like reach out to some of the creators that talk about this, because like I said, I would hear it. It's a hard, at least for me, it was a kind of difficult concept to wrap my head around, because like I said, for such a long time, I would be focused on doing. And honestly, like, at least for me, I didn't feel like, oh, I needed to do this to be valuable. I was just always, I'm just naturally a productive person. I naturally am. But I need to be okay with just being. At where I'm at right now, I want to be more okay with just being. I lived kind of like, I'm satisfied based on how much I do. No, me just being me is satisfaction enough. So like I said, I think it's a personal thing. Like, one thing, like, number one, you have to be aware of it. I think a lot of people are very unaware that they live in this way. I know I was. And I'm grateful, like, to be at my age to even, like, finally come to realization. And like I said, it was a hard thing for me to wrap around, because it's just like, for such a long time, I would do, and it's like, I'm doing, but like, am I focused on being? Like, I'm okay with just me being me? Am I okay? Like, do I still feel okay with myself if if I'm not productive the whole day, if I don't do a whole bunch of things the whole day? Am I still okay with myself? And I should be. Step into that. Life feels better, and you will feel less anxious living in this way. Because living in a way where you feel like you need to do, my bad, y'all, getting thirsty. But living in a way where you feel like you need to do instead of just be, you're going to feel anxious when you're not doing anything. That's true. If you feel like you need to do all the time, when you take that break, I know I live like that. When I take a break, I feel anxious. I'm getting anxiety. I'm feeling guilty for taking a break. I'm like, oh no, I gotta do this, do that. And especially if you went to college, you definitely felt that way. Like, you feel guilty for taking a break instead of, oh, I need to study right now. I need to work on my assignment. I need to work on this final project. You felt guilty for not just relaxing, because you felt like you need to do. And it's like, no, it doesn't have to be that way. Feeling like you need to do all the time. Oh my goodness, I told you I need that water. Feeling like you need to do all the time, it's going to make you anxious when you don't do. So please, save yourself the anxiety. Save yourself the stress. And just step into being. Please. Thank y'all for tapping in. Make sure you subscribe. Let me stop. Bye.